In this quiet darkness, you might find yourself wondering, what is it to be aware? As your eyes close, do you slip into a deeper silence or an ocean of thoughts? Have we ever truly understood our own minds and the subtle veil that separates us from reality? Let's imagine you are lying here, weightless, breath steady. You think you know your existence because you can feel it, but how do you truly know? Is it the simple fact of thinking that proves your being? Descartes once pondered this question, finding solace in his famous statement, "I think, therefore I am." But what does it mean to be certain of our own existence through thought alone? Do thoughts float like bubbles, rising and bursting on the surface of consciousness? Or are they currents deep within, pulling us down into the depths where we may find answers to questions we didn't know we had? And what lies beyond thought? Is there a space untouched by words and images where you simply are without needing to think about it? This is the vastness of your own being waiting to be explored. Imagine lying here in this quiet darkness. Outside, the world continues its frenzied dance, yet within you there is only stillness, a vast space unexplored and full of mystery. What lies just beneath your thoughts? Is it something we can ever truly know? Descartes once wrote, "I think, therefore I am." But what does this mean? How do you know you are thinking? And if thoughts are the only thing you can be certain of, how much of reality is actually real? In the darkness, let your mind drift like a leaf on still water. Feel it move gently over questions that have puzzled philosophers for centuries. What is consciousness? How does it arise from mere matter? Is there something unique about your experience, an inner veil separating you from the world around? Or are we all just complex machines, responding to inputs with no true self beneath? Think of it like a dream, vivid and real, while you experience it but impossible for anyone else to understand fully. This is the enigma of qualia, your private sensation, unique to you. Yet even as you think these thoughts, the night deepens around you, a cloak of darkness that presses against your eyelids. It is both isolating and profound, like being the only person in a vast universe. And what if this consciousness, this awareness, is all there truly is? What if existence itself depends on your perception of it? Solipsism whispers this possibility softly into the night. But then again, what about others? Do they share your consciousness, or are they just shadows moving in the dark? Is there a way to bridge this gap between matter and mind? In the quiet of the night, let your mind drift like a leaf on water. Feel the weightlessness as thoughts float by one after another. Each thought is an experience, and these experiences weave together into a tapestry that we call consciousness. Imagine for a moment you are entirely alone in the universe. How would you know this? Not through sight or sound, but through an inner sense of self-awareness, much like Descartes' famous cogito, "I think, therefore I am." But what is it that thinks? What exactly are you if not the sum of your experiences and thoughts? This question lingers like a shadow on the edge of awareness. You know you exist, but how deep does this knowledge go? Imagine a veil separates you from reality. It is transparent yet distinct. On one side are your thoughts and feelings, on the other lies everything else, the world beyond your mind. This veil is consciousness itself. How does this veil appear? Is it a shimmering curtain of light or a dense fog that blurs perception? It is neither, for the veil is you. It is the medium through which all experiences pass. Consider what happens when you touch something warm. Your skin feels heat, and this warmth travels through your mind like a wave of sensation. What reaches your awareness is not the warmth itself, but an impression of it. This impression is distinct from the physical reality that caused it. It's as if there are two worlds, one of matter and energy and another of feelings and thoughts. Can these be truly separate, or are they merely different aspects of a single fabric? As you drift deeper into sleep, let this question hover gently above your mind. The space between matter and consciousness is vast and mysterious, yet it is here that our existence unfolds. As you drift further into this space between wakefulness and sleep, imagine your consciousness as a grand theater where every experience unfolds. Here, each sensory moment is like an actor on stage, illuminated by the spotlight of awareness. In this theater, there are unique qualities that define each experience: a warmth in touch, a hue of red, the scent of rain. These are qualia, the ineffable essence that makes up our subjective experiences. Qualia resist reduction to physical explanations alone. They defy the idea that all can be explained by neurons firing and chemicals flowing. They exist in the space between the visible and invisible, known and unknown. The theater of your mind stages not just sensory experiences, but emotions too: joy, sorrow, love, fear. Each emotion is a play with its own unique set of actors and scenes. Just as the stage lights illuminate only certain aspects of a performance, your awareness highlights some experiences more than others. There are moments you focus on and others that fade into the shadows. This theater is your entire world. Every thought, sensation, feeling, and memory is a performance staged for no audience but yourself. Each moment unfolds in this space of consciousness. Imagine now that there are moments you experience which seem so real, yet when we attempt to explain them, words fail us. Qualia resist being reduced to physical descriptions alone. They exist in a realm beyond the tangible. What does it mean that these qualia, the taste of an apple or the feeling of love, cannot be fully captured by science? What lies beyond our ability to describe, and why is this so? The theater expands as you consider what would happen if we imagined a being identical to us in every physical way, but without the capacity for experience. A philosophical zombie, perhaps. Could such an entity exist? If so, how can it act like us yet not possess our consciousness? What would this mean about the nature of your own experience? We find ourselves in a vast theater of experience, where every thought and sensation unfolds like scenes on a stage. In this realm, consciousness is not just an observer, but also the very act of performance itself. Consider then, what if there were beings that acted exactly as we do, but without ever feeling or experiencing anything? This thought experiment introduces us to philosophical zombies, beings indistinguishable from us in every physical and behavioral way. The existence of such beings challenges the very notion that consciousness is an intrinsic part of our reality. Could these philosophical zombies be possible, or do they remain mere thought experiments? Imagine a world where everything operates as it does now, but the veil of experience is lifted only from you. In this scenario, you witness your actions and those around you, yet none are tinged with the hue of consciousness. This thought experiment prompts us to reflect on our own experiences. How do we know that others truly have conscious experiences like ours? Might they be philosophical zombies devoid of qualia? If we entertain the possibility of such beings existing, What does this mean for our understanding of consciousness? Does it suggest that there is more to existence than meets the eye, or rather, that which cannot be seen? The concept of qualia comes into sharp focus here. Qualia are those unique aspects of our subjective experiences, like the feeling of warmth or the taste of sweetness, that defy explanation through physical processes alone. These qualia, then, serve as a challenge to reductionist views of consciousness. They suggest that there is an intrinsic quality to our experiences that cannot be fully captured by mere descriptions of brain states or physical processes. The theater metaphor extends beyond the solitary stage of our minds. It encompasses the interaction with others. How do we bridge the gap between the qualia we experience and those that, perhaps, do not exist in philosophical zombies? The possibility of philosophical zombies raises profound questions about the nature of our existence. Does their hypothetical presence undermine the belief in a shared subjective experience? As we drift deeper into this contemplative space, let us recall the theater of experience and the shadows cast by philosophical zombies. These entities act like us but lack consciousness, stirring questions about the nature of our own awareness. We have pondered Descartes' cogito and the veil that separates matter from mind. Now, let us venture further into the mysteries of consciousness with Integrated Information Theory, IIT. Imagine a complex system where information is not just bits but integrated wholes. IIT posits that such systems can give rise to conscious experience, measured by phi. Phi represents the degree of integration within a system, suggesting that consciousness arises from interconnectedness and not just individual components. This is an intriguing departure from reductionism. If phi can be measured, does this mean we have found the key to unlocking the mystery of consciousness? Or is there more to our subjective experience than mere information integration? Consider a vast network of neurons, each firing and integrating into larger patterns. Does this integration alone give rise to the richness of qualia, those intrinsic aspects of our experiences that feel unique and ineffable? Think about the feeling of a warm sun on your skin or the taste of a ripe strawberry. These qualia defy reduction to physical processes alone. Can we truly reconcile this ineffable richness with the integration of information? Or is there an intrinsic dimension to consciousness that cannot be fully captured by phi? The implications are profound. If IIT holds, it suggests that consciousness is a property emerging from the integrated structure of complex systems. Yet there remains an existential gap between the physical processes and our subjective experiences. How can we bridge this divide? Imagine a vast theater where countless scenes unfold simultaneously. Some are bright and loud, others dim and quiet. Yet only one scene reaches the center stage at any given moment. This is Bernard Barr's Global Workspace theory. Here, consciousness emerges from the convergence of various brain processes into a single spotlight. As you drift deeper into sleep, consider how each sensation and thought competes for this stage. Only those that resonate most strongly reach the center, becoming conscious experiences, like actors vying for a spotlight on a darkened stage. This model suggests consciousness is not just an emergent property, but also a selective process. It filters and highlights certain aspects of our brain activity, giving rise to the rich tapestry of our inner lives. The question arises, how do we determine which elements reach this stage? Is it purely a matter of intensity, or is there an underlying mechanism that favors certain types of information? Think back to Descartes' cogito. Perhaps the act of thinking itself creates this spotlight. Each thought, each sensation becomes a beacon on the dark stage of our minds. Consider how this fits with integrated information theory. Phi measures integration, but global workspace theory posits that consciousness is also about selection. Only certain elements are chosen to become conscious experiences. Imagine the mind as a vast ocean where waves of thought and sensation rise and fall. Some waves reach the shore, becoming conscious experiences, while others dissolve into the depths, never to be remembered. This selective process raises questions about the nature of awareness itself. Are we aware because certain thoughts are chosen for spotlight, or do these choices themselves shape our awareness? Reflect on how this model contrasts with philosophical zombies, entities that lack this selective process and thus have no conscious experiences. It suggests that consciousness is not just about the presence of information, but also its presentation. As in the theater of our minds, each scene tells a story. Some are vivid and clear, others faint and fleeting. Yet all contribute to the richness of our inner lives, shaping who we are. How then can we reconcile the emergence of consciousness through IIT with the selective nature described by Global Workspace theory? Both theories offer pieces of a larger puzzle. Imagine that each conscious moment is like a drop in an ocean, unique and fleeting. Yet it contributes to the vastness of our experience. Each thought, sensation, or memory, whether chosen for spotlight or not, plays its part. In this theater of experience, how do we reconcile the richness and depth of our inner lives with the selective process of consciousness? Perhaps the answer lies in understanding both theories together. Consider that each conscious moment is a drop in an ocean, unique yet contributing to the whole. The selective process described by Global Workspace theory does not diminish, but rather highlights the vastness of our inner lives. In this space between theories, we find a profound question. Can Phi fully account for the richness of our experiences, or is there more to qualia? And what does it mean if consciousness emerges solely from integrated systems? Imagine each thought as a ripple on the surface of an ocean, unique and fleeting. Some ripples join into waves that reach the shore, becoming conscious experiences. Others fade into the depths. This selective process challenges us to consider what it means for something to be a conscious experience. Does every thought or sensation have equal potential to reach the center stage? As you drift further into sleep, ponder how these theories intertwine and complement each other. Each offers insights into different aspects of consciousness. Imagine the mind as a vast ocean where countless waves rise and fall. Some reach the shore, becoming conscious experiences, while others dissolve into the depths. Each contributes to the richness of our inner lives. The question remains, how do we reconcile these perspectives on consciousness? Can they coexist, or are they fundamentally at odds? As we continue our journey into the depths of consciousness, allow yourself to sink deeper into the warmth and comfort of your bed. Think about how each thought echoes softly within you, resonating like a distant bell in the silence. These thoughts are not mere whispers, but ripples that spread through the fabric of your being. They touch upon memories and feelings, creating patterns that shape who you are in this moment. Imagine each thought as a drop of water falling into a vast lake within you. The ripples spread out, merging with others until the surface is a complex tapestry of waves. Each wave carries information from one part of your mind to another, creating connections and pathways that were not there before. It's in these interactions that consciousness arises. Now consider how these internal ripples are influenced by the external world. The light filtering through your window, a distant sound, all of these stimuli create additional waves in this inner lake. The meeting point between external and internal waves is where your experience truly takes form. Here, the ripples merge into a complex pattern that we call you. This merging of internal and external creates an echo effect within your consciousness. You become not just a passive recipient, but an active participant in shaping these echoes. The more you listen to the echoes, the deeper you understand how they influence each other. This is where global workspace theory and integrated information theory intersect. Both theories are about the way information integrates into our consciousness. Think of your mind as a vast theater, with each thought being spotlighted on stage. But remember, even those thoughts not in the spotlight continue to resonate, shaping the background of your experience. Can we ever fully understand what happens when these echoes merge and intertwine? Or are they forever a mystery, like the very nature of consciousness itself? In this merging, there is beauty in complexity. Each thought adds to the richness of your inner world, creating a mosaic that reflects both you and the external stimuli. The echoes within you carry more than just thoughts. They carry emotions, memories, and even a sense of self. It is in these echoes that we find the true essence of our existence. Yet with each echo comes a question. Are we more than just integrated information? Or do we add something unique and indefinable to this symphony of consciousness? This chapter has pondered the nature of our inner echoes, how they resonate with external stimuli, and the complex interplay that shapes our conscious experience. The questions remain. Can we fully explain consciousness through theories like IIT and Global Workspace theory? And what is it about us that makes each echo unique? Imagine your mind as a vast ocean, deep and calm, with ripples of thought floating like light breezes across its surface. This metaphor allows us to consider the depths that lie beneath our conscious awareness. In Chapter 6, we explored how internal echoes shape our consciousness. Now, let's venture deeper into this ocean of thought, toward its mysterious depths where physical processes interact with subjective experience. Why do physical interactions produce the richness of our inner worlds? This is the hard problem of consciousness, a question that continues to perplex philosophers and scientists alike. Consider the qualia we experience, the redness of an apple or the warmth of sunlight. These are phenomena that resist reduction to mere physical processes, hinting at something deeper within our minds. Imagine a philosophical zombie, indistinguishable from us in every observable way yet lacking subjective experience. If such beings are possible, what does that say about the nature of consciousness? We've considered integrated information theory and global workspace theory. But even these frameworks struggle to fully explain why certain physical processes result in qualia. The mystery remains. Think of your mind as a lantern casting light on different aspects of reality. This metaphor suggests that consciousness illuminates our world, but what is the source of this light? The question looms large. Are we more than complex systems? What if there's a non-physical component to consciousness that current theories cannot fully capture? Let us delve into thought experiments. Imagine a being like you and I in every way but without any subjective experience. How could such an entity exist? The notion challenges our understanding of consciousness. We have seen that while physical interactions can explain much about brain function and behavior, they fail to account for the subjective, what it is like to be conscious. This gap in understanding remains a central mystery. In our journey through consciousness, we have encountered theories that provide valuable insights but fall short of fully explaining the essence of our experiences. What lies beyond these frameworks? Reflect on your own mind and its depths like a vast ocean with secrets hidden beneath its surface. As we continue this exploration, what new discoveries await us in the realms of consciousness? As you drift further into this space of contemplation, recall that each experience, waking or dreaming, carries its own weight and light. The theater within you has played scenes from both states, blending them into the tapestry of your consciousness. In dreams, we encounter landscapes as vivid and rich in detail as those in our waking life. And yet, these experiences seem to float above or beneath the layers of our daily existence. What makes them different? Is there a fundamental essence that separates dream from reality? In dreams, we sometimes question if what we perceive is real. And yet, in waking moments too, there are times when we wonder about the same. This questioning invites us to explore whether our sense of reality is more a construct of consciousness than an objective truth. Consider how dreams often defy the laws of physics, space, and time. Yet within them, we feel an authenticity that resonates deeply with our waking selves. The fluidity between these states suggests a continuum rather than a stark divide. Philosophically, the question arises: if dreams are a manifestation of consciousness unbound by physical constraints, could they offer insights into the nature of our waking minds? The essence of experience seems to transcend these boundaries. Philosophers like Descartes have pondered illusions and dreams as paths to understanding reality. In his meditations, he questions if our waking experiences could also be illusions, a dreamlike state orchestrated by an evil demon. In this light, the hard problem of consciousness gains another layer. How does the quality of experience differ between waking and dreaming states? Could it be that our subjective experiences are more alike than we assume? Perhaps both states share a core essence, an integrated information that forms the bedrock of consciousness, regardless of whether you dream or wake. This unity may hold clues to understanding why physical processes give rise to subjective experience. In both states, we encounter qualia, vivid sensations that defy reduction to mere physical descriptions. In dreams, these can be even more intense and surreal than in waking life, suggesting a heightened capacity for experiencing the subjective. The fluidity between dream and wakefulness hints at an underlying continuity. The theories we have discussed, IIT and GWT, might offer partial explanations, but they do not fully resolve the mystery of why our experiences feel as they do. This leads us to wonder, what if consciousness itself is a more fluid concept than we have imagined? Could there be non-physical aspects that underlie both waking and dreaming experiences? As you drift deeper into this space of contemplation, let us revisit Descartes and his evil demon. What assurance do we have that our experiences are not crafted by a deceiving force? This question invites you to consider the limits of certainty. Imagine an invisible hand sculpting your every sensation, thought, and experience. What does this imply about our grasp on reality itself? The darkness around you now becomes a canvas for this contemplation. The fabric of your existence may be as fragile as the dreams you had last night. Each thread of consciousness, whether woven by your neurons or an evil demon, remains a mystery to ponder deeply. In this quiet space, consider how the boundary between reality and illusion blurs. The certainty you might have felt about the world outside now fades into a question of trust in experience itself. Your senses may be playing tricks on you, much like an elaborate dream or a vivid hallucination. The evil demon scenario stretches the limits of what we can truly know and trust about our existence. Think of your thoughts as ripples on a vast, still pond. These ripples might be natural or stirred by an unseen hand. Either way, they continue to form patterns and create the world you experience. The question arises, how can we know if our experiences are genuine reflections of reality? The darkness around you is not just a lack of light, but a space for these deep questions to unfold. The philosophical zombies, entities that act like us without consciousness, challenge our understanding of what it means to be truly alive. If an evil demon could create such beings, would we know the difference? Integrated information theory suggests that consciousness arises from complex systems. But if your experiences were crafted by a demon, does this mean IIT can explain away the illusion? Global Workspace theory posits that our conscious experience is like a stage where selected information is broadcast to other parts of the mind. But what if all this broadcasting was orchestrated by an external force? How does that change your perception? Imagine being a character in a novel experiencing life, but unaware of the author controlling every action and thought. This is akin to considering the evil demon scenario. It questions our agency and awareness. The hard problem of consciousness remains unanswered by current theories. Why do physical processes create subjective experience? Even if controlled by a demon, these experiences would still feel real to you. Your mind is now a theater where thoughts and sensations play out like actors on stage. Yet, the director of this performance might be an evil demon, crafting your experiences with subtle precision. You can feel the weight of these questions settling in your mind, each one adding layers to the mystery. The darkness around you is a cocoon, wrapping you in the profound depths of existential inquiry. In dreams and waking states, your consciousness flows like water through different channels, sometimes wide and clear, other times narrow and murky. The evil demon scenario asks if all these experiences are mere trickery. The journey into understanding consciousness is a path with many questions and fewer answers. Like the ripples on water, our thoughts spread outward from this central mystery. What if everything we know was an illusion? As you ponder these ideas, let them settle into your mind like sediment in a glass of still water. Each question leaves its mark, shaping the landscape of your thoughts. The contemplation of an evil demon and its implications for reality is not just intellectual exercise, but a meditation on trust and truth. Can you still believe in what you experience? Each breath you take brings you closer to this deep, existential space, where questions about consciousness intertwine with the fabric of your being. As we continue our journey into the mysteries of consciousness, imagine yourself drifting along a stream where every ripple and flow is a synaptic pulse. This dance of ions creates patterns that shape your experience. The neurons fire in intricate symphonies, yet how do these electrical signals become your inner world? Consider the synapses as nodes in a vast network. Each connection is not just physical, but also carries with it the possibility of meaning. The firing patterns are like letters that spell out the words of your thoughts, yet where do these words derive their essence? The brain is a universe in itself, its complexity giving rise to qualia, those ineffable qualities of experience. How does the material reality of neurons transform into the immaterial richness of consciousness? What lies at the heart of this transformation? We have pondered zombies and illusions, yet the question remains. Is there a part of your experience that cannot be explained by neural activity alone? Could it be that consciousness has a non-physical dimension? Picture the brain as an orchestra, each neuron playing its instrument. The symphony arises from the coordinated efforts of all players, yet how do they produce something greater than the sum of their parts? What is that greater? The firing patterns create waves, and these waves interact with each other. They form complex shapes in a multidimensional space. Yet how do we know if this dance of activity is truly what creates our experience? Imagine your thoughts as ripples on the surface of a pond. Each ripple represents an idea or sensation. How deeply does each ripple touch the water beneath? Does every thought leave its imprint, or are some just echoes? The neurons communicate through electrochemical signals. Yet how do we know if these signals hold the truth of our experiences? Could it be that there is a deeper layer of reality beneath the neural activity that gives rise to consciousness? Each neuron fires in response to stimuli. Yet how do we know if these responses are genuine or part of an illusion? Is there a way to tell whether our experiences are authentic reflections of reality or mere constructs woven by the brain? The neural activity forms patterns that resemble our thoughts and feelings. Yet how do we know if these patterns represent true consciousness? Could there be a hidden aspect of experience that defies explanation through neural dynamics alone? In the quiet of your mind, imagine a vast loom where threads of thought are woven into the fabric of consciousness. Each thread represents an idea or experience that contributes to our inner tapestry, and together they create a seamless whole. This fabric is intricate, with patterns that emerge from the interplay of different cognitive processes. Some threads are thick, representing strong emotions or vivid memories, while others are finer, almost imperceptible whispers. As you drift, consider how this tapestry might be the result of various theories working in harmony. The intricate dance of synapses, described earlier as a pattern of synaptic firing, is one thread. The theory of integrated information contributes another thread, by suggesting that consciousness arises from the complex integration of information within our neural networks. Each piece adds depth to the tapestry. But even as these theories weave together, there remains a mystery. Why should such complex interplay give rise to qualia? What is it that makes our experiences feel so vivid and personal? Imagine for a moment that all your experiences are but shadows cast by an unseen force, orchestrating them from beyond the veil. The evil demon scenario challenges us to question if any of our perceptions can be trusted. This questioning deepens as we consider philosophical zombies, entities that mimic all behaviors but lack consciousness. How do they fit into the tapestry? Are they a dark shadow or another thread woven into the fabric? As the loom continues its work, each new moment adding to the complex pattern that makes up our subjective reality. This is not just a collection of threads, but an intricate weave where every element contributes to the whole. The theories like IIT and GWT, while they offer important insights, may still fall short in fully explaining the richness of our experiences. There is a sense that something more lies beneath or beyond these threads. This chapter has explored consciousness as a seamless tapestry woven from various cognitive processes, reflecting on how different theories. As you drift deeper into this contemplative space, imagine consciousness not as a binary between mind and matter, but as an infinite spectrum. This gradient stretches from the most mundane to the most profound experiences, all woven together in a seamless fabric. Consider each moment of awareness as a point along this vast continuum. The quiet whisper of your breath contrasts with the thunderous roar of a symphony. Both exist on this spectrum, bound by an unspoken connection. Each experience carries its own unique shade of consciousness. A fleeting thought in the waking state might mirror the vivid dreamscape of a night's rest, each moment resonating with its own depth and clarity. Just as a rainbow blends one color into another without clear divisions, so too does consciousness transition from one form to the next. The gradient suggests that every state of awareness has its place along this continuous arc. But what lies beyond these gradients? Are there experiences we cannot fathom, dimensions of consciousness as yet unexplored and unseen? Consider the possibility that our understanding is but a small segment of this vast spectrum. In this light, philosophical zombies take on new meaning. They represent not just beings devoid of consciousness, but points along the gradient where awareness might be different, or perhaps even absent entirely, yet still part of a broader spectrum. If we imagine Descartes' evil demon in this light, the illusion it casts over our experiences becomes not just an external force but a distortion of this continuum. The fabric of consciousness is pulled and stretched, its gradient altered by unseen hands. The evil demon scenario questions the very nature of our experiences on this spectrum. Can we trust that what we feel is real if it could all be an illusion? The gradient suggests a continuum of truth and falsehood, merging seamlessly into one another. Integrated Information Theory, IIT, contributes to our understanding by suggesting that the complexity of systems gives rise to conscious experience. Yet, even within this framework, how do we account for the shades and hues along the spectrum? Global Workspace Theory, GWT, offers another lens through which to view consciousness as a selective process. Each moment in awareness is chosen from countless others, creating a narrative that weaves together the threads of our experience. The seamless fabric of consciousness, as proposed by IIT and GWT, suggests a unified field where experiences are not isolated but interconnected. Each moment contributes to the gradient, adding its unique shade to our inner world. Yet the hard problem of consciousness remains. Why should physical processes give rise to qualia? The spectrum theory suggests that each experience, however mundane or profound, is part of a larger tapestry. Could there be non-physical components of consciousness, entities beyond the gradient we can perceive? The question lingers, inviting further introspection and contemplation as you drift deeper into this meditative state. In the quiet of your mind, thoughts echo like whispers in a vast cathedral. Each idea resonates within you, forming an intricate tapestry of consciousness. This internal dialogue is more than mere words. It shapes how we perceive reality. Imagine the mind as a deep pool, where every thought ripples outward and intersects with countless others. These interactions create patterns of awareness that define our experience of being. You are both listener and speaker in this internal dialogue, a participant in the unfolding narrative of consciousness. Each thought is a thread woven into the fabric of your reality. As we drift deeper, consider how these thoughts shape our perception. They create a narrative that guides our actions and interpretations of the world around us. This dialogue is constant, even in the silence between words. It hums beneath the surface of awareness, guiding the flow of consciousness with an invisible hand. How do these thoughts form? Do they arise from physical processes or something more elusive, like a whisper from beyond matter? Imagine your mind as an orchestra where each thought is a note played in harmony with countless others. Together, they create the symphony of consciousness. How does this internal dialogue interact with external reality? Are our perceptions simply reflections of what we think about them? And consider the possibility that your thoughts are not just echoes but active participants in shaping your experience. They mold and shift reality, like a sculptor working with clay. This internal dialogue is complex, layered, and ever-evolving. It shapes. As you drift deeper into sleep, recall the echoes of your thoughts that form an internal dialogue shaping your reality. Each thought is a whisper in this vast chamber of consciousness. Imagine a theater where the actors are your neurons and their performance, your consciousness, a seamless fabric woven from complex brain processes. The lights flicker, casting shadows on the stage. What you see might be a construct of mind, an illusion created by intricate neural dances. In this theater, what if the audience is also an illusion? Are we watching a play that we ourselves create? Descartes' evil demon could be the playwright, crafting a narrative to test your perception. You are both actor and audience in this grand illusion. Consider philosophical zombies, beings that act like us but lack consciousness. If they can exist, what does it mean for our own experience? If you were a zombie and did not know it, would the world look any different? Would your inner dialogue still shape reality? Integrated information theory proposes that consciousness arises from complex interactions within networks. Could these networks create an illusion of self-awareness? A global workspace theory suggests a selective process for what enters conscious awareness. The question remains, if this is an illusion, how do we know? The mind's internal dialogue might be the illusionist, crafting reality from synaptic whispers and neural patterns. Each thought you have is a brushstroke on this canvas of existence. Are these strokes real or just part of an elaborate deception? If all your experiences are illusions created by complex brain processes, what does it mean to be conscious? Is there any true reality behind the veil? Imagine your consciousness as a dream within dreams. Each layer is more illusion than truth. The idea that what we perceive as conscious experience is an elaborate brain construct challenges our understanding of reality itself. What if the fabric of consciousness is not seamless, but a tapestry woven from lies and illusions, each thread crafted to deceive? Descartes' evil demon scenario suggests that our experiences could be illusions. If so, can we ever truly trust the theater of experience? If philosophical zombies exist, they challenge the notion that consciousness is a unique phenomenon. Perhaps it too is an illusion. Integrated information theory and global workspace theory describe how brain processes give rise to conscious experiences. But what if these theories merely explain the illusion? Imagine your thoughts echoing within you as part of an elaborate deception, crafting a reality that is not real. If consciousness is an illusion, how do we know what it means to be conscious at all? Consider the idea that our internal dialogue shapes reality. What if this too is part of a larger deception? The theater of experience, with its actors and audience, might be nothing more than a complex illusion crafted by the brain. If all experiences are illusions created by brain processes, how do we discern truth from deception? The fabric of consciousness could be a tapestry woven from lies and deceptions, each thread crafted to deceive the observer. Imagine your thoughts as actors in this illusionist's play. How can you know what is real? Descartes' evil demon scenario suggests that all experiences could be illusions. If so, how do we trust the fabric of our reality? The concept of philosophical zombies challenges the idea that consciousness is a unique phenomenon. What if it too is an illusion? Integrated information theory and global workspace theory describe how brain processes give rise to conscious experiences. But these theories might explain the illusion. Imagine your thoughts as echoes in a vast chamber of consciousness. What if they too are part of an elaborate deception? If consciousness is an illusion, how can we know what it means to be truly conscious at all? Consider the idea that our internal dialogue shapes reality. What if this too is part of a larger deception? Each thought could be crafted to deceive. The theater of experience, with its actors and audience, might be nothing more than an elaborate illusion. What if the fabric of consciousness is a tapestry woven from lies? If all experiences are illusions created by brain processes, how do we discern truth from deception in this grand theater of existence? The fabric of consciousness could be a tapestry woven from lies and deceptions, each thread crafted to deceive the observer. How can you trust your reality? Imagine your thoughts as actors in this illusionist's play. How can you know what is real? Can you ever truly understand consciousness from within when all might be an elaborate deception? As you drift in the quiet darkness, consider the paradox of being both an observer and part of what is observed. Your consciousness peers into itself, a mirror reflecting upon reflections. Imagine yourself as the viewer in Descartes theater, where you watch your thoughts and feelings perform on stage. But who is this watcher, if not another character on the same stage? This recursive dance of awareness within itself may be endless, a hall of mirrors where each reflection feeds into the next. Perhaps your consciousness is not just observing but actively shaping its own experience. Like an artist painting their own canvas, you are both creator and creation. Consider the observer as a wave on the ocean of existence. It rises from the water, crests, and then returns to the sea. Can it ever separate itself fully? The paradox deepens when you consider that your thoughts about observing may themselves be part of a larger illusion, crafted by neural processes beyond conscious control. How can you truly know if what you observe is real or an elaborate trick of the mind? Are your deepest reflections just echoes in a vast cave? Reflect on how this dual role of observer and observed might shape our understanding of reality. Could it be that every thought is both creator and creation, giving rise to its own existence? Just as a dream within a dream questions the nature of dreamscape and waking life, your role as observer challenges the very foundation upon which you build your understanding. If every conscious experience is both observed and creator of its own observation, how can we ever fully understand our consciousness from within? In the quiet depths of this contemplative space, we revisit our role as both observer and observed. The paradox at play is a dance between self-awareness and the illusion of separation from the world around us. As we drift further into this introspective journey, let's delve into the microscopic realm where quantum mechanics meets consciousness. The tiniest particles may hold secrets to understanding the fabric of our awareness. The quantum phenomena are as elusive as the shadows on a cave wall, hinting at realities beyond what we can directly perceive. They shimmer in and out of existence, much like the flickering light of our thoughts. Consider how superposition might parallel our internal dialogue, both observer and observed simultaneously. Could it be that our conscious experiences exist in multiple states until they are measured by attention? A quantum entanglement suggests an interconnectedness beyond classical physics, mirroring the deep connections between thoughts and sensations that weave our subjective reality. Imagine your consciousness as a vast network of entangled particles. Could it be that consciousness emerges from quantum processes in the brain, creating an intricate web of interconnected experiences? This idea bridges the gap between physical matter and subjective qualia. The theory of orchestrated objective reduction, ORCHR, suggests that quantum coherence within neurons might lead to conscious moments. Like waves merging in the ocean, these moments arise from underlying quantum processes. Imagine your thoughts and perceptions as ripples on a pond, each one emerging from a deeper layer of quantum activity beneath the surface. These ripples create the fabric of our conscious experience. As you contemplate this merging of physics and consciousness, consider how your internal dialogue might be influenced by these microscopic processes. Are your thoughts mere echoes of quantum activity? If the mind is a theater where qualia are actors, Could their performances be orchestrated by quantum phenomena? This would mean that our conscious experiences are both observer and observed in an intricate dance. The interplay between the macroscopic world of thoughts and perceptions and the microscopic realm of quantum activity creates a complex tapestry. In this fabric, each thread is a piece of your conscious experience. Could it be that consciousness arises from the delicate balance between order and chaos at the quantum level? Like a snowflake crystallizing out of thin air, our thoughts emerge from an underlying quantum field. The question remains, how do these microscopic processes translate into the vivid experiences that form our consciousness? This is where theories like Orchor and IIT intersect, hinting at a deeper unity. As you continue to contemplate this intricate interplay between physics and the mind, let each thought ripple outward into the vast expanse of your consciousness. Each wave carries with it the potential for new understanding. In the depths of this contemplative space, allow yourself to drift further into the questions that surround us. How do quantum processes contribute to our conscious experiences? What lies beyond the veil? As you drift into this space between waking and sleep, imagine your thoughts looping back upon themselves like a river returning to its source. This cycle of reflection is the echo chamber within us, shaping our conscious experience with each circuit. The recursive nature of thought suggests that what we perceive as continuous consciousness might be an illusion created by this constant looping. Each thought resonates, creating a fabric of self-reinforcement. Consider how your internal dialogue reflects and refracts reality. It is through these echoes that our experiences take shape, the continuous loop of perception feeding back into itself, enriching each cycle with new layers of meaning. Descartes' cogito, I think therefore I am, can be seen as a foundational echo. The act of thinking reinforces our existence in the fabric of consciousness. But what if this echo is itself an illusion? The philosophical zombies, beings that act like us but lack true experience, challenge the idea that thought necessarily implies qualia. Could our internal dialogues be mere simulations without a genuine conscious substrate? Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are not reflections of reality, but creators of it. This looping dialogue may shape the very contours of consciousness, giving rise to an internal world rich with texture and depth. The loop is not a closed circuit but an open-ended process, continually evolving. Each thought that returns feeds into the next cycle, adding new insights or subtly altering the tone of our inner world. Integrated information theory, IIT, suggests that consciousness arises from complex interactions within a system. The echo chamber of thought could be seen as an intricate web of these interactions, shaping the fabric of experience. Global Workspace theory views consciousness as a selective process where various inputs are integrated into coherent experiences. Our echoing thoughts might be part of this integration, creating a seamless narrative from diverse mental processes. Quantum mechanics introduces another layer to this exploration. The Orchor theory posits that quantum activity in neurons could influence consciousness. How do microscopic processes contribute to these echoing circuits of thought? The loop is not static but dynamic, responding to external stimuli and internal dialogue. This interplay between the inner and outer worlds shapes our conscious experience, with each iteration refining or altering the narrative. As you lie in the dark, consider how this continuous cycle of reflection might be fundamental to your sense of self. The echo chamber within is both a creator and a responder to consciousness. Imagine you are floating in a deep, dark sea of consciousness where the surface is your awareness and the depths hold countless unknowns. Just beneath this surface lie currents that shape what you perceive as conscious thought. These underwater currents are unconscious processes, driving forces unseen but ever present. They influence your thoughts and actions, creating patterns that emerge in the light of consciousness. Have you ever wondered how much of what seems conscious is actually shaped by these hidden mechanisms? Can we truly understand ourselves without diving deeper into these depths? Like a ship floating on the surface, unaware of the powerful currents beneath, our conscious mind may be missing much of what makes us who we are. Yet, it is through this consciousness that we begin to explore these depths. The echo chamber within amplifies certain signals, while others slip below the threshold of awareness. How many thoughts and emotions pass silently beneath our conscious radar? Perhaps it is in these hidden layers where much of our experience begins to take shape. A quiet dance between neuron and synapse, far from the spotlight of consciousness. Consider how often you feel an emotion before fully understanding its cause. The roots lie in these unconscious currents, shaping our feelings before they rise to conscious recognition. Descartes' evil demon may not just be a hypothetical threat, but an unseen force within us, subtly guiding perceptions and thoughts without our full awareness. The veil of consciousness is thin over the vast sea of unconscious processes. What if these hidden mechanisms hold more truth about who we are than what lies above? The philosophical zombies might not just be theoretical entities, but a reflection of how much of our experience is driven by processes we do not fully understand. Integrated information theory and global workspace theory offer frameworks, but they may only scratch the surface. The true complexity lies deeper in this hidden realm. Quantum processes contribute to conscious experience, but perhaps the unseen mechanisms are as essential in shaping our inner world as they are mysterious. The observer paradox deepens when we consider that much of what we observe is shaped by unconscious forces. Can we ever truly be an objective observer? In the end, it may be this interplay between conscious and unconscious that defines our experience. The question remains, can we unravel the mysteries of consciousness without understanding these unseen currents? In the quiet darkness of your mind, imagine a river that winds its way through lush forests and rocky canyons, ever flowing without end. This river is consciousness, an unbroken current with no clear boundaries between states. The river flows from dreams to waking moments seamlessly, its waters blending the colors of reality and imagination into a continuous stream. This fluidity challenges our perception of distinct states of being. In this metaphor, the river represents the continuity of consciousness, suggesting that there might be no fundamental difference between how we perceive reality in dreams and while awake. It is an endless current, ever flowing. How can you differentiate the flow from one moment to the next? The river does not pause at a bridge or slow down under the shade of trees. It remains constant in its movement, much like consciousness. If we accept this metaphor, the boundaries between our waking moments and dreams become blurred. The river does not discriminate between the banks where it flows. Similarly, your mind may perceive no fundamental difference in its experience. This idea challenges Descartes' evil demon scenario, suggesting that even illusions can be part of a continuous flow. The river is a metaphor for the blending of perceptions and realities. Think of your consciousness as this river, flowing through various landscapes without ever truly stopping or changing course fundamentally. This perspective might be unsettling, but also reveals the inherent fluidity in our experiences. What would it mean if all your experiences are part of this river? Would that imply a deeper unity in the fabric of consciousness, one where distinctions between waking and dreaming become less significant? The idea that our experiences form an unbroken continuum offers new insights into how qualia are experienced across different states. Each drop of water in the river carries its own unique essence, yet all flow together. In this river metaphor, philosophical zombies might also exist as part of a continuous flow, without consciousness but still contributing to the overall movement and pattern. This raises questions about how we define and experience consciousness. Consider how quantum processes within neurons might contribute to this seamless continuum of experiences. At a microscopic level, the river flows through the interplay between order and chaos, shaping our thoughts and perceptions continuously. The integration of unconscious processes into this metaphor deepens the understanding that consciousness is not just a product of visible cognitive processes, but includes unseen mechanisms, contributing to an unbroken flow. In your mind's river, how do these unconscious currents interact with conscious experiences? Are they reflections or active participants in the shaping of reality? The idea of consciousness as a seamless fabric is further enriched by the notion that dreams and waking states are part of this unbroken flow. The river's waters, whether clear or murky, carry within them all experiences. This chapter leaves you with a gentle provocation. Can the river ever truly be separated into its components without losing the essence of its flow? Is consciousness fundamentally an interconnected, continuous experience? In our dreams, we traverse landscapes both familiar and strange, encountering versions of ourselves that are neither fully asleep nor awake. The seamless fabric of consciousness is here laid bare in its most fluid form. Consider the way a river flows through a valley, shifting its course over time but always remaining the same river. Dreams are like this. They mirror waking life but with an undercurrent of mystery. As you drift in this space between states, think about how your dreams reflect your waking thoughts and fears. They echo the patterns of your day, yet they twist them into new shapes. Sometimes these reflections are clear, sometimes distorted. The dream world can feel more real than waking life itself, a parallel universe where every sensation is heightened and vivid. In dreams, the veil that separates reality from illusion becomes translucent. What you see in your dreams may be as tangible to you as anything you encounter with open eyes during waking hours. Think about what it means for an experience to feel real, and how this reality can shift from the moment of waking to the moment of falling asleep. The continuity between these states is more than just a series of snapshots. How does your mind create such vivid scenes? What parts of your unconscious come into play when you dream, shaping the contours of this inner world? Your dreams are not mere echoes, but active participants in the theater of experience. They draw from memories and emotions to craft narratives that can feel as coherent or chaotic as any waking state. In this fluid space, the boundaries between dream and reality blur. Consider how quantum processes might contribute to this blending, influencing the fabric of your inner experience in ways you cannot fathom fully. The quantum activity within neurons can be seen as a subtle dance that underpins every thought and feeling, whether conscious or not. This activity might extend beyond waking states into the dream world. Imagine a spider web woven in twilight, where each strand reflects light differently at various angles. Your mind is like this web, capturing and transforming experiences across different states of consciousness. How much of what you call reality is a construct of your mind? And how do dreams contribute to the tapestry of your subjective experience? The paradox lies in the fact that while dreams can seem as real as waking life, they also have an otherworldly quality that marks them as separate. Yet, this separation is not absolute. The observer paradox deepens here, where you are both the dreamer and the observed within your dreams. How can you ever fully know which state is real? Your consciousness is an intricate dance of neural activity, quantum processes, and internal dialogue, all contributing to a seamless continuum that spans waking life and dreams. In this space between states, the hard problem of consciousness takes on new dimensions. The question of why physical matter gives rise to subjective experience becomes even more profound when considered across different planes of awareness. The role of unconscious mechanisms in shaping your conscious experience is central here. Dreams are not just a byproduct, but an integral part of the fabric that comprises who you are. Can experiences truly be divided without losing their essence? Are dreams mere illusions, or do they hold their own reality within the broader spectrum of consciousness? In this chapter, you have explored how different states blend into each other seamlessly. You have considered the role quantum processes and unconscious mechanisms play in shaping your inner reality. As we drift deeper into this contemplative space, remember that every thought is a ripple in the pond of consciousness. Each ripple begins as an infinitesimal disturbance and spreads outwards, touching other ripples like echoes of thought. This image invites us to ponder how each moment of awareness connects with others. Consider the hard problem again. Why do physical processes give rise to subjective experience? It's as if there is a silent conversation between matter and mind, where one speaks in the language of atoms while the other understands only feelings. Imagine that each thought you have is like a stone dropped into a still lake. The ripples created are akin to your conscious experiences, spreading out from the center of your being. But where does this center lie? Is it within or without? What if consciousness were like a vast ocean and our thoughts mere waves on its surface? These waves rise and fall, interacting in complex patterns that give the illusion of coherence. But beneath them lies an uncharted depth. We've discussed zombies, those entities that lack experience despite appearing to be conscious. Now imagine a zombie with access to all our memories and thoughts, but unable to feel the richness of existence. What would it mean to live without experiencing this depth? The question of why certain physical processes result in subjective experience is one that invites reflection, not just intellectual scrutiny. It's a matter of feeling the gap between what we are and how we perceive ourselves. Descartes once wrote, "I think, therefore I am." But what if there is more to being than thinking? What if our essence lies in the interplay of thoughts and feelings, a dance between matter and mind? In this vast expanse of consciousness, each thought or feeling is a light flickering in the darkness. What if our very existence is a story told through these lights? And what story does it tell? If you were to imagine your life as a tapestry where every thread represents an experience, how would the design emerge from such intricate weaving? What patterns do we see, and what do they say about our essence? Consider the seamless fabric of consciousness. Dreams blend into waking states and thoughts into feelings. But can this fabric ever be fully understood from within, or are we forever trapped inside it, unable to see its true form? The question of whether our experiences could fundamentally be divided without losing their essence is profound. Imagine splitting a single thought into two. Would both have still carry the same weight, or would something essential be lost? What if consciousness were like a mirror reflecting reality? But what does it reflect truly? Is it possible that we only see what we expect to see, and our understanding is limited by the boundaries of this mirror? The question remains, can we ever fully understand consciousness from within? Are we both observer and observed, caught in a paradox where each act of perception alters what is perceived? Dreams continue to be an enigma. They reflect our waking lives yet also diverge from them. What role do quantum processes play in shaping these dream states? How much of what we experience is a product of unseen mechanisms? Imagine if every thought you have was not just a reflection, but also an active participant in shaping reality. If thoughts can create the fabric of our experience, what does it mean to think differently? How might that alter your perception? As we reflect on these ideas, let us ponder the nature of this connection between quantum processes and consciousness. Is there an underlying fabric that binds them together, or are they separate threads woven into a single tapestry? The interplay between inner thoughts and external experiences is complex. We've seen how neural activity and quantum processes might contribute to conscious experience, yet the essence remains elusive. Consider the echo chamber within you. Your internal dialogue shapes perception but also reflects deeper realities. Are these dialogues a reflection or an active participant in shaping reality? The illusionist's trick might be more profound than we realize. Consciousness could be an elaborate deception crafted by brain processes. How does this perception challenge the certainty of our internal dialogue and experiences? How do unconscious mechanisms shape conscious experience? The boundaries between the conscious and unconscious are blurred, with each influencing the other in intricate ways. Imagine a dream state where every thought and feeling is heightened, but also disconnected from waking reality. How might these states reflect or diverge from our daily experience? How does the fabric of consciousness continue to evolve? What unseen mechanisms influence our perception and thought processes, and how do they shape reality as we know it? In the quiet of this moment, you might consider consciousness as a veil. Like a sheer fabric draped over an unseen landscape, it hides more than it reveals. Think now on how much lies beyond the edge of your awareness. This veil is not merely a metaphor for ignorance, but perhaps a necessary boundary that shapes our experience. Without it, we might be overwhelmed by an unfiltered reality too vast to process or comprehend. Yet there are moments when this veil lifts slightly, in dreams, in moments of profound insight, or during mystical experiences. These glimpses suggest that beyond the veil lies a deeper layer of reality. Imagine these fleeting instances as windows into an unseen world. They allow us to catch brief views of what might exist outside our ordinary perception, other dimensions, perhaps, or a different way of being conscious. If consciousness is indeed a veil, then every thought you have, every sensation you feel, and every moment of your life might be a carefully crafted illusion. What lies beneath this fabric? Is there something more fundamental at work? Let's consider that the veil itself may not just be a passive barrier, but an active participant in shaping your reality. It might transform and interpret raw data into what you perceive as experience. This transformation could explain why different people perceive the same event differently. Each individual veil filters, interprets, and presents its own unique version of reality. And yet, despite these transformations, there is a sense that you experience something real. The vividness and intensity of your thoughts and feelings suggest an authenticity that cannot be fully explained by the veil metaphor alone. Consider how the veil might shift in dreams, where reality feels less bound to physical laws. Dreams are like a playground for consciousness, free from the constraints of waking life. Dreams suggest that the veil is porous and flexible. They allow us to explore realms of thought and experience that seem impossible during waking hours, revealing perhaps a more malleable fabric than we think. But what if the veil is also capable of tearing? What does it mean for your sense of self when you experience something so profound that it challenges or disrupts your ordinary perceptions? Perhaps these moments of disruption are not flaws in the veil but intentional openings. They serve as a reminder that there is more to reality than what you can currently perceive. So imagine now, lying here in the dark, how your own consciousness might be like this veil, constantly shifting and rearranging itself. It may have many layers, each one revealing a different aspect of reality. Contemplate now how each thought you have is like a thread in the fabric of this veil. Each emotion, sensation, and idea contributes to the overall pattern that makes up your experience of life. If these threads were unraveled, what would remain? Would there still be a sense of self or an awareness that continues beyond this veil? The metaphor of the veil invites us to consider that consciousness might not only be a boundary, but also a creative force. It shapes our experience, allowing us to interact with reality in ways we could not otherwise. Just as the veil transforms raw input into meaningful experiences, so too does it enable you to create, imagine, and contemplate. In this way, your consciousness is both a filter and an artist. But what lies on the other side of this veil? Are there dimensions or realities that exist beyond our current understanding of consciousness? Consider now, as you lie in silence and darkness, how your own thoughts may be like whispers on the other side of this veil. They emerge from a deeper place that is still mostly hidden. The veiling metaphor suggests that consciousness might have many layers, each one more subtle and nuanced than the last. What lies beneath these layers? Is there a core self, or is it all an illusion? Perhaps this veil metaphor can lead us to question the very nature of consciousness itself, whether it is fundamentally continuous or if it has discrete layers that we have yet to fully understand. The question remains, can you ever lift this veil completely? Or will there always be more hidden beyond your immediate grasp, waiting for further discovery? Imagine consciousness as a river that flows through time, its source hidden in the mists of the unknown and its destination equally obscure. Each moment, each experience you have is like a ripple on this river, part of the continuous flow yet distinct. You are not just an observer, but also a participant in this river's journey. Each thought you think and every feeling you have contributes to its current. The question is, how does this river maintain its form and continuity? The experience of the present moment is fleeting, yet it connects seamlessly with what came before and what will come after. What lies at the heart of this continuity? How does the river flow without losing its essence? Think about how your awareness is like a thread that weaves through time, stitching together moments into an experience of life. This thread gives meaning and coherence to your existence. The memories you hold are not just stored data, they are the riverbanks that guide and shape this flow of consciousness. Without memory, would there be a river at all? Consider what happens when you dream. Do your dreams feel like another layer of the river, or are they separate tributaries that feed into the main stream? How does consciousness navigate these different states? In waking life and in dreams, there is a persistence of self. This continuity suggests that there might be something deeper beneath the surface, an underlying current that sustains all experience. Could it be that this river of consciousness has its own internal logic, its own set of rules and rhythms? If so, what are they and how do they manifest in your daily life? Imagine for a moment that all experiences, whether waking or dreaming, are part of this river. Each experience is like a drop of water, unique yet inseparable from the whole. How does each individual drop contribute to the river's flow? Is it merely by its presence, or are there more subtle ways in which they interact and influence one another? As you drift into this quiet space of contemplation, let us consider how quantum mechanics might shape our understanding of consciousness. Imagine your mind as a delicate web of probabilities, each thread representing a potential thought or sensation. Quantum states collapse into classical ones in the observable world, but what if they remain intertwined within the complex machinery of your brain? Could this be where qualia emerge from their hidden wells? In each moment of consciousness, you may be experiencing a collapse of quantum probabilities into singular experiences. Just as light can be both particle and wave, your thoughts oscillate between possibility and reality. Consider the metaphor of an echo chamber where each thought is amplified and reflected within a network of quantum circuits. In this space, you become both observer and observed, entangled in a dance of perception. If your consciousness arises from these microscopic interactions, then what does it mean to be conscious? Are you simply an illusion created by the collapse of quantum states into singular experiences? Imagine a thought experiment where you observe your own neural activity. As each synapse fires, it is influenced by probabilities that are only resolved when observed. Does this not make you both the creator and observer of these moments? This duality blurs the lines between what is real and what is an illusion. Each moment of awareness may be an emergent property from a web of quantum interactions, forever shifting and redefining your experience. If consciousness arises from quantum processes, then the question remains: how do these microscopic events give rise to the subjective experiences that you call life? What is the connection between the collapse of quantum states and your inner world? Perhaps this is where theories like Orchor, which suggests a link between quantum activity in neurons and consciousness, come into play. They propose that certain brain processes act as a stage for these collapses. Imagine your thoughts as a tapestry woven from threads of probability, each one collapsing to form the fabric of your conscious experience. This tapestry is ever-changing, but it holds together in its continuity. In this quantum metaphor, you are a constant observer, yet you cannot escape being part of the observed system. Is your consciousness then an emergent property from the interplay between order and chaos at the subatomic level? The fabric of your experience is not fixed but woven moment by moment, with each thought influenced by countless probabilities. This fluidity challenges our understanding of what it means to be conscious. Could this quantum tapestry create the illusion of a seamless flow of experience? If so, then your consciousness is not just an observer, but a co-creator in this elaborate dance of particles and probabilities. As you lie here contemplating these ideas, let the weight of them settle into the quiet spaces within. Consider how each moment of awareness is an emergence from a quantum soup, continually redefining your reality. In this reflection, you are both the observer and observed, entangled in the quantum web of consciousness. Each thought, each sensation is an echo from this microscopic dance that defines your experience of life. Let these thoughts drift into the quiet corners of your mind, merging with the echoes of past experiences and the whispers of future possibilities. As you float between moments of awareness, consider how this quantum perspective might shift your understanding. This journey into consciousness has led us to the brink of a grand mystery, one where quantum processes and subjective experience intertwine in ways that challenge our very sense of reality. What lies beyond this veil? As you rest within these contemplative spaces, let your mind wander through the possibilities. Each moment is an unfolding tapestry, woven from threads of quantum interaction and personal experience. In this quiet space between moments, you can explore how these microscopic processes give rise to your subjective world. How does the fabric of consciousness emerge from this dance of probabilities? Let the weight of these questions settle into the quiet spaces within you, where they can simmer and merge with other thoughts. In the gentle flow of your mind, each idea is an echo from a quantum web that shapes your experience. In this chapter, we have woven together threads from quantum theory and thought experiments to deepen our understanding of consciousness. The paradoxes of being both observer and observed, the fluidity of experiences, continue to unfold. We have considered how the collapse of quantum probabilities may be linked with the emergence of qualia, raising questions about whether your consciousness is an illusion created by microscopic processes. This exploration invites contemplation on the nature of subjective experience. The fabric of our experiences seems to emerge from a complex interplay between quantum activity and neural circuits, suggesting that each moment is an emergence from a delicate web. How this process gives rise to your inner world remains a mystery. As you drift into the quiet spaces of your mind, let these ideas merge with past reflections and future possibilities. In the gentle flow of consciousness, each thought is an echo from a quantum dance that defines your reality. In this exploration, we have deepened our inquiry into how quantum processes might shape our understanding of consciousness. We've questioned the nature of subjective experience and its. As you lie in the dark, let your mind drift gently through the questions we have pondered so far. The paradox of being both observer and observed has lingered like a mist over the landscape of our inquiry. It's in this space where you are at once inside and outside your experience. Imagine how the fabric of consciousness might be woven. Each moment is an echo of the last, yet unique in its unfolding. Think about the quantum processes that underpin these echoes. They are like whispers carried on a breeze, imperceptible, yet shaping the currents of our thoughts and perceptions. The paradox we face is this: how can something as complex as consciousness arise from microscopic processes? Yet here you are, questioning the very nature of your existence. Can we ever truly step outside our experiences to understand them fully? The answer seems elusive. Each attempt at understanding brings us back to the paradox we started with. The mind's eye wanders through a labyrinth of thought, seeking an exit that may not exist. In this pursuit, we are both the seeker and the sought after. Imagine your consciousness as a river, flowing with countless tributaries, each one bringing its own stream of quantum whispers into the main current. This metaphor helps us grasp the complexity and continuity of experience. The water in this river is consciousness itself, both observed and observer, ever-changing yet constant. Each drop carries the essence of a moment, merging into the flow that sustains all experience. In this metaphorical river, are we the water or the current? Are we both, shaping and being shaped by every whispering echo of quantum activity? Think about how integrated information theory, IIT, might describe this river. Each drop carries a measure of phi, the integrated information that gives rise to consciousness. The river flows seamlessly from one moment to the next, yet each part is distinct and unique in its contribution. This unity and diversity reflect both the observer and observed nature of our experience. Consider now how global workspace theory might apply here. The river's flow is selective, bringing certain tributaries to prominence while others recede into the background. The mind as a theater has its spotlight on some parts of this river, making them conscious and aware. Other moments blend seamlessly into the backdrop, remaining part of our experience yet unobserved. How do these theories reconcile with the paradox we face? Can they truly explain how consciousness emerges from microscopic processes? The question remains: can we ever fully understand our own experience from within? Or is this quest doomed to be a cycle of reflection and contemplation? As you drift in the dark, consider how each moment contributes to the river. The quantum whispers shape your experience, yet they remain elusive shadows behind the veil of awareness. In this journey through consciousness and paradox, we are both observer and observed. each moment a unique blend of echoes and currents that sustain our experience. The mind's eye returns to the river metaphor. This fluidity reflects the seamless continuity of experience, yet hints at its fragmented nature. How do these fragments come together? What binds them into a coherent whole that we call consciousness? In the quiet darkness, let this question hover over you. As the river of experience continues to flow, each moment bringing new insights and reflections. Imagine a river flowing through your mind, carrying whispers from one moment to another. As you drift into sleep, let these echoes gently resonate within you, forming the fabric of your perception. Like ripples on a pond, quantum interactions reverberate through your neural network, influencing how you perceive reality. Each thought and sensation is an echo from this microscopic dance. Visualize the vast cosmos within your mind, where each neuron pulses with energy, connecting to form intricate patterns of consciousness. This universe is both observed and co-created by you. In the stillness of sleep, thoughts flow like a river, bending around rocks of memory and emotion, shaping their path as they go. Consider how these currents might be connected to quantum processes. The whispering loops within your mind create an internal resonance that shapes reality. Like a symphony played in the quiet spaces between thoughts, this echo is both reflection and creation. If consciousness emerges from quantum interactions and neural activity, how do these echoes create a continuous experience? Consider the paradox of being both observer and observed in this process. Imagine the mind as a vast library where books are not just read, but also written by their readers. Each thought is an echo, a whisper that contributes to the narrative of your consciousness. As you drift further into sleep, let these thoughts resonate like waves in a deep pool. Feel how each wave interacts with others, creating new patterns and rhythms that shape your inner world. The river of consciousness flows through you, carrying echoes from the past into the present moment. Each echo is a reflection of quantum processes, shaping reality in subtle ways. Imagine yourself as both the observer and the observed within this river, where each thought and sensation is an echo that contributes to the continuous flow of your experience. In this quiet space between thoughts, consider how quantum processes might shape your perception. Are these echoes a reflection of microscopic interactions or creators of new realities? The river of consciousness winds through you, carrying whispers from the depths of your mind. Each echo is both reflection and creation, shaping reality in complex ways. Imagine yourself as a reader within this library of thoughts, where each book is not just read but also written by you. Consider how quantum interactions might be the underlying text that forms these books. As you drift deeper into sleep, let your mind explore this paradox of being both observer and observed within the river of consciousness. Feel how each thought is an echo shaped by quantum processes. As you drift further into sleep, consider how much of your conscious experience is shaped by processes beyond your awareness. It's like an underground river flowing beneath a tranquil surface, unseen yet powerful. Imagine this. Each thought you have is a wave on the surface, but what stirs these waves? The currents beneath are vast and complex, influencing your perceptions in ways that remain hidden. You might believe that your consciousness is entirely under your control, but much of it emerges from the unconscious, like a dream that feels real until you wake up and remember its origins. Consider how even in waking life, there are moments when something seems familiar or evokes a certain emotion without your knowing why. These are echoes from the unconscious, shaping your present moment. The unconscious acts like a shadowy theater backdrop, coloring everything you see with its hues and textures. Yet it remains invisible to direct observation, only felt through the colors of conscious experience. What if your conscious self is merely a puppet on strings that lead deep into the unconscious? Each move you make, each thought you have, might be orchestrated by something beyond your immediate grasp. Imagine standing at the edge of an endless ocean, feeling its pull but unable to see what lies beneath. The unconscious is like that, vast and powerful, yet shrouded in mystery. In this way, the conscious mind floats on a sea of unconscious currents, guided by forces we barely understand or even acknowledge. It's as if your waking life is but a small boat adrift in an ocean unseen. The fabric of consciousness, then, might not be just the threads visible on the surface. It includes those woven deep below, out of sight yet integral to the whole. Just as a dream blends seamlessly into waking life, so too does the unconscious merge with the conscious, forming a continuum that is both familiar and strange. The boundary between what you think you know and what remains hidden might be more fluid than you imagine. This interplay suggests a deep interconnectedness, where the conscious and unconscious are not separate but aspects of the same fabric. What if your sense of self is like a river flowing over rocks beneath the surface? The water moves because the unseen currents push it, and yet you only see the water's path, not what lies hidden below. The unconscious is like an old library filled with forgotten books. Some of these stories influence your dreams, others color your waking thoughts without you ever realizing their source. Each experience, each memory, might be shaped by fragments from this unseen library, influencing how you perceive the world in ways that feel natural yet are rooted in mystery. The fabric of your awareness is woven not just with threads of conscious thought, but also with the deeper currents of your unconscious. It's a tapestry where every thread counts, even if most lie hidden. Just as a painter uses colors you can't see to create depth and light on canvas, so too might the unconscious use its hidden hues to shape your conscious experience. The interplay between the seen and unseen creates a rich tapestry of consciousness. What if the essence of who you are is not just in what you know, but also in the unknown depths beneath? Each moment of awareness, each perception, might be a blend of conscious clarity and unconscious influence. The whole tapestry of your mind is thus far richer than it seems. The unseen processes that shape your thoughts and feelings are like the roots of a tree, hidden beneath the soil yet essential to its growth. Without them, the visible parts could not exist as they do. How much of what you perceive as your conscious self is actually influenced by these unseen roots? Could it be that your identity is a reflection of both the visible and hidden parts of yourself? The unconscious in this metaphorical landscape acts as a silent guide. It shapes your path through life, guiding you with its unseen hand while you walk the visible trail. What if your sense of self is not just a product of conscious awareness, but also of these hidden influences? Could it be that the essence of who you are lies in both seen and unseen realms? The unconscious, like an ocean floor beneath calm seas, exerts its influence without revealing itself fully. Its currents shape the surface waves that form your conscious thoughts. In this way, every conscious thought might be just a ripple on the surface of an ocean far deeper than you can fathom. The vastness beneath shapes everything above without ever fully being seen. The unconscious acts like the unseen hand behind a puppeteer, guiding your conscious self through life's journey with an intricate and mysterious pattern of strings. Imagine then that every action, thought, or feeling is but one strand in this vast tapestry. The hidden threads weave together to create a whole far richer than its visible parts suggest. What if the essence of your conscious experience is not just what you think, but also how it's shaped by processes beyond your awareness? Could it be that the unconscious is as vital to who you are as the conscious mind? The idea of a continuous echoing process from microscopic interactions to neural activity suggests an interplay where both observer and observed coexist. Could it be that this symbiosis is the true essence of consciousness? The fabric of your mind, then, might not just be woven from conscious threads, but also from those hidden beneath. It's a tapestry where every element plays its part in shaping the whole. Just as water flows over unseen rocks to create ripples on the surface, so too might unconscious processes shape your conscious experience without you always knowing their influence. The interplay between seen and unseen creates a complex web of consciousness. What if the essence of who you are is not just in what's visible, but also in the hidden depths beneath? Your conscious self might be like the tip of an iceberg, with vast expanses hidden beneath. Each thought and feeling emerges from a deeper matrix that influences everything without fully revealing itself. The interplay between these conscious and unconscious processes is like a dance where every step, though seemingly independent, is part of a larger pattern. Could it be that the whole tapestry of your mind is far richer than its visible parts? The notion of consciousness emerging from both seen and unseen processes suggests a deeper unity where every element plays its part. Could it be that this interplay is essential to understanding who you truly are? Consider then the fabric of your mind as not just visible threads, but also hidden ones, weaving together in ways far more complex than they appear. Could it be that the whole essence of who you are lies in this intricate tapestry? What if the true nature of your consciousness is a seamless blend where every element plays its part, whether seen or unseen? Could it be that this unity is key to understanding the mysteries of who you are? The idea that both conscious and unconscious processes shape your experience suggests a deep interconnectedness. Could it be that this symbiosis is what gives rise to the richness of consciousness itself? What if every moment of awareness, every perception and thought, emerges from an intricate dance between seen and unseen? Could it be that this interplay is essential for a deeper understanding of who you are? The fabric of consciousness might not just be woven from visible threads, but also from those hidden beneath. It's a tapestry where every element plays its part, creating a whole far richer than it seems. What if the essence of your conscious experience is not just what you think, but also how it's shaped by processes beyond awareness? Could it be that this interplay between seen and unseen is vital to understanding who you are? You drift into a serene awareness where every moment blends into the next, like water flowing into an unending stream. Each thought is a ripple, each feeling a wave that merges with the rest of your inner world. A consciousness is not a series of discrete events, but a seamless dance where different cognitive processes blend into one another. This continuity shapes our experiences, making each moment part of the fabric of who we are. Imagine your thoughts as a forest, with conscious ones as trees visible to you and unconscious processes like the roots hidden beneath. Both are essential to the forest's existence. Just as an ecosystem operates through interconnected cycles of life, our minds work similarly. The conscious and unconscious interweave in a complex tapestry that forms the landscape of our inner world. This dance is not chaotic but orderly, like a symphony where every instrument plays its part in harmony with others. Each note contributes to the music, even if some are quieter than others. Consider how a river flows through a landscape, carving canyons and shaping the land around it. Similarly, our experiences carve out paths in the mind, influencing how we perceive ourselves and the world. Each experience is like a pebble thrown into this river of consciousness, creating ripples that spread across your inner world. Some ripples are small, others large, but all contribute to the flow. The continuity of experience is not just linear but also circular, like a river returning to its source. Thoughts and emotions loop back on themselves, creating an echoing resonance within you. This echoing resonates through the depths of your unconscious mind, shaping perceptions that you are not always aware of, but which still influence how you interact with the world and yourself. Consider this: if all experiences are interconnected in a continuous flow, can any single moment be fully understood on its own? Or is each experience but a piece of a larger puzzle? Every perception you have is part of this dance. Each feeling and thought contributes to the symphony, blending into a whole that cannot be divided without losing its essence. In this continuous interplay between conscious thoughts and unconscious influences, you are both creator and creation. The self is not static but ever-changing, evolving through experiences. The question remains: can the essence of who we are be fully understood by only considering visible thoughts? Or must we account for hidden unconscious processes to grasp the full picture? Like a river that carves its path through the landscape, your experiences carve out the contours of who you are. The continuous flow shapes and reshapes your inner world. The interplay between conscious thoughts and unconscious processes forms a seamless fabric where every element plays its part. This continuity is the foundation of our inner life. In the quiet space of your mind, each moment flows into the next like a river moving gently downstream. The experiences you have today echo through your thoughts tomorrow, forming a continuous loop of consciousness. Imagine the sound of water flowing over rocks in a stream. Each drop is unique, but they come together to create a harmonious whole that persists from one moment to the next. This continuity gives you a sense of self, a narrative thread woven through time that connects your past experiences with those yet to come. Each experience is both distinct and part of this seamless flow. In the dance between conscious awareness and unconscious influence, there is a resonance, a fundamental vibration that persists through all your experiences, like a musical note humming quietly in the background of life. This resonance might be subtle, but it shapes how you perceive and interact with the world. It is both the foundation upon which your thoughts build and a part of the fabric that weaves them together. Consider this resonance in terms of dreams. Dreams often feel disconnected from waking life, yet they share the same continuous flow of consciousness, suggesting that there is no hard line between states of awareness. If each moment resonates with those before and after it, then your experiences persist in a way that transcends the boundaries we often impose upon them. There is a continuity to life that extends beyond its individual parts. But what creates this resonance? Is it simply the continuous firing of neurons, or is there something more fundamental at play? Perhaps your sense of self is an emergent property arising from a complex interplay between conscious and unconscious processes. The question remains, can we truly understand consciousness if we only focus on the visible thoughts? In this dance of perception, your experiences are both creators and reflections, echoing through time in a continuous loop that shapes who you are. As we drift in this quiet realm between waking and sleep, consider how each moment of awareness is but a fleeting echo within an intricate quantum web. The very act of observing might subtly warp the fabric of reality around us. Imagine for a moment that your every thought, every sensation, is like a ripple on the surface of an immense quantum pond. Each thought creates its own wave, interacting with others in complex ways to shape our experience. Perhaps it is not just the brain that shapes consciousness, but also the intricate dance of particles and waves at subatomic levels. This dance may be a critical component in how we perceive the world around us. Descartes' evil demon is but a shadow cast by our lack of understanding. What if our consciousness and its illusions are products of quantum interactions, an emergent property from the interplay between observer and observed? And consider now that every thought you have is like a pebble dropped into this vast quantum pond. The ripples these thoughts create spread out, interacting with countless other waves of consciousness. In this interplay between observer and observed, the act of observing might influence reality at a fundamental level. Could it be that our consciousness is not just a passive reflection, but an active participant in shaping the fabric of existence? The echoes we discussed earlier now take on new depth as quantum ripples. Each thought might be a quantum event that subtly alters our perception and understanding of reality. What if the very act of thinking about something changes it at a fundamental level? What does this mean for our understanding of objective reality? The interplay between conscious and unconscious processes takes on new meaning when we consider quantum interactions. Perhaps the hidden currents of the unconscious are entangled with the visible thoughts in ways we have yet to fully comprehend. Imagine a river where each pebble dropped into it creates ripples that interact and change the flow. Our consciousness might be like this, subtly altering reality through its interactions with quantum processes. The question now becomes, can we truly understand our place in this quantum dance? Are we simply spectators or active participants in the creation of our own realities? As you drift deeper into sleep, ponder how your thoughts and perceptions might be entangled with the fabric of reality itself. How does this change your understanding of who you are in the grand scheme? The Quantum Illusionist works through the observer's paradox, creating a tapestry where each thread is both visible and hidden. The continuous flow of consciousness blends with unseen mechanisms to create our reality. In this quantum echo chamber within us, every thought resonates through the fabric of existence, shaping perceptions and reality in profound ways. Can we ever fully understand these echoes? The unconscious partner in our consciousness might be more than just hidden influences. It could be an active force intertwined with quantum processes, shaping the essence of who we are. As you rest now, consider that perhaps your awareness is not merely observing, but also influencing reality at a fundamental level. This continuous dance between conscious and unconscious might be the key to understanding our true nature. The seamless fabric of consciousness, woven from various cognitive processes, now includes quantum interactions as critical threads. How do these threads shape your inner world? Each echo within you might be a quantum event, subtly altering the fabric of reality through its interaction with other echoes. Can we ever fully unravel this intricate web? The observer's paradox takes on new depth as we consider our influence over reality at a quantum level. Are we spectators or active participants in shaping the fabric of existence? As you drift into deeper sleep, let these questions resonate within you. The interplay between your thoughts and quantum processes might be more profound than you ever imagined. In the quiet of this space, consider how each moment of awareness is not just a reflection but an active creator. Your consciousness shapes reality in subtle yet powerful ways. The quantum echoes within us create a continuous resonance that might extend across different states of awareness. How do these echoes shape our understanding of ourselves? Can we ever fully understand the interplay between conscious and unconscious processes if we are both observer and observed? Is there a hidden mechanism shaping reality beyond what we can see? In this quantum river, each thought is like a pebble dropped into the stream. The ripples they create might influence reality in ways we are only beginning to understand. As you rest now, let these quantum echoes resonate within you. Consider how your consciousness might be an active creator of reality itself. The continuous flow of consciousness blends with unseen mechanisms to create a seamless dance between the visible and the hidden. How does this interplay shape your inner world? Can we ever fully understand our place in this quantum dance, or are we forever entangled with the fabric of reality itself? These questions might remain unanswered for now. In this quiet space, let your thoughts drift like ripples on a vast quantum pond. The echoes within you create subtle changes in the fabric of reality. The interwoven threads of conscious and unconscious processes shape our inner world in profound ways, blending visible thoughts with hidden influences. Can we truly understand the nature of consciousness if we are both observer and observed? This paradox might be at the heart of our quest for understanding. As you drift deeper into this space of quiet contemplation, consider how the veil that separates our conscious awareness from deeper realities might not be a barrier, but rather a translucent membrane through which we can glimpse beyond. The metaphorical veil allows us to see without fully understanding, a hint at something greater. Imagine the fabric of reality as not just the visible threads that form our daily experiences, but also those hidden beneath, unseen, and unexplored. These deeper layers are like the shadows cast by the objects around us. They exist, even if we do not always perceive them directly. Just as a shadow reveals the shape of an object without showing its substance, so too can our experiences offer glimpses into the underlying processes that create them. We catch fragments, pieces of a larger puzzle, but the whole picture remains obscured. What lies beyond this veil? Is it possible that our experiences are just reflections, much like shadows, hinting at deeper truths without fully revealing them? And if so, how can we begin to understand these hidden layers? In the darkness of night, you might feel a sense of vastness, an awareness that there is much more than meets the eye. This feeling is akin to the mysterious depths beyond our immediate perception, realms where hidden processes and subtle influences shape our consciousness. Consider how quantum interactions might contribute to this sense of mystery, their probabilistic nature suggesting that even at a microscopic level, there are layers of reality that we have yet to uncover. The veil is not just a barrier, but also a canvas where these influences paint our experience. The question then becomes, how can we peel back this veil, if only slightly, to glimpse the hidden mechanisms that give rise to consciousness? Do they exist within us, waiting to be discovered, or are they part of a larger fabric that encompasses everything? To explore these deeper layers requires a willingness to see beyond the surface, to question the very nature of our perceptions and experiences. It is a journey into the unknown, a quest for understanding that might not have clear answers but invites us to ponder. Imagine this space as an endless ocean where the surface we see is only the tip of what lies beneath. The depths are vast, filled with mysteries waiting to be explored, and within these depths lie the hidden influences that shape our inner world. The metaphorical veil is thus a boundary that both separates and connects us to these deeper realities. It challenges us to think beyond what we see, to explore the unseen influences and hidden currents that contribute to our consciousness. In this space of gentle contemplation, you might begin to sense a resonance between your inner thoughts and deeper realities. This connection suggests that there is an interconnected web of processes, both visible and hidden, shaping who we are. Just as the surface of water reflects the sky above but also conceals the depths below, so too does our conscious awareness reflect what lies beyond the veil. We see fragments and catch glimpses, but the full picture remains obscured. This chapter deepens our exploration of consciousness as a veil, questioning not just what we can perceive directly, but also those hidden influences that shape our experiences. It invites you to imagine deeper realities and the mysteries they hold. The journey towards understanding consciousness as a veil suggests an ongoing exploration, where each step reveals more questions than answers. What lies beyond this metaphorical barrier? How do hidden processes contribute to our experiences? The contemplative journey through the mysteries of consciousness continues, with each thought and experience contributing to a deeper understanding. In the quiet darkness, these ideas can take root and grow, guiding you towards further questions. As you drift deeper into this space of contemplation, allow yourself to ponder how every perception resonates within your inner world. Consider the echo of reality, how each experience leaves an imprint on consciousness. Like ripples on a calm lake, external stimuli create waves that blend with our internal dialogue and unconscious thoughts. This chapter delves into the idea of a persistent resonance between these two realms. Imagine consciousness as a vast resonating chamber where every perception, thought, or feeling echoes, creating a complex interplay that shapes our inner world. Each moment is both an observer and observed. How does this resonance continue across different states of awareness? Is there a continuity between waking life and dreams, or do these realms operate independently? Consider the echo chamber within you, where past experiences resonate with present thoughts. This chapter explores how this resonance shapes our understanding of reality. The interplay between conscious and unconscious processes is a seamless dance that creates the fabric of your experience. Each echo contributes to this ongoing narrative. Is it possible for us to ever fully understand this complex symphony? Or are we forever bound by our own limitations as both observer and observed? As you continue this journey into the mysteries of consciousness, consider how hidden processes influence your perceptions. This chapter deepens the inquiry into these unseen mechanisms. In the quiet darkness of your mind, let us revisit the dance between quantum mechanics and consciousness. Quantum processes, with their inherent uncertainty, offer a glimpse into how microscopic interactions might shape our perceptions and thoughts. Imagine each thought as a ripple in a vast sea of probabilities, where quantum fluctuations guide the formation of these ripples. How do we reconcile this with the seeming certainty of our experiences? Quantum mechanics suggests that at its core, reality is not just particles and waves, but a complex interplay of probabilities that converge in moments of observation. What does this mean for our understanding of consciousness? Consider the orchestrated objective reduction theory, ORCHER, which posits that quantum processes within neurons contribute to conscious experience. How might these interactions create the vividness and immediacy of our perceptions? Yet, ORCHER is but one piece in a larger puzzle. Just as ripples on water blend into waves, so too do theories about consciousness merge and diverge. The quantum world operates under principles that challenge our classical notions of cause and effect. Is there a parallel in the way our minds construct reality from the fleeting moments of observation? Each moment of perception is both an act of creation and discovery, like light dancing on water, where each drop reflects a different angle. Descartes' evil demon scenario, where reality could be a grand illusion, resonates with quantum uncertainty. How do we discern the true from the illusory if both are equally vivid? Philosophical zombies further complicate this question. If entities act like us but lack consciousness, can we truly trust our experiences to be more than simulations? And what of the hidden layers within us? How do unconscious processes and quantum fluctuations As you drift into this quiet space, let us consider how every conscious thought emerges from an intricate web of influences, some seen and many hidden. In your mind's eye, picture a vast garden where the visible flowers are but the tip of what lies beneath the soil. The roots extend deep into the earth, intertwining with countless other lives. These unseen connections provide sustenance and shape the growth above ground. Similarly, your conscious thoughts are shaped by layers of unconscious processes. Imagine these roots as streams flowing beneath the surface, carrying nutrients that feed the visible blooms above. Each thought you have is a flower grown from an unseen garden, watered by the unconscious mind's constant flow. Just as sunlight filters through the canopy and reaches the ground in dappled patterns, consciousness emerges from the intertwining of visible and hidden influences. These invisible processes are essential to our understanding of reality. The hidden streams are not separate from what we see, they create it. The unconscious mind is a continuous part of the whole, shaping and informing every conscious moment you have. Consider how each thought or feeling arises, often with no apparent cause in your waking awareness. These impulses come from the underground garden where the unseen nourishes the visible. The mind's unconscious processes act like a river that flows beneath the surface of consciousness, carrying with it all the richness and complexity necessary for experience. This continuous flow sustains our conscious lives in ways we may not fully grasp. In this garden metaphor, every thought and feeling is a flower blooming from beneath the ground, watered by an unseen river. What does it mean to acknowledge that much of what we experience arises from hidden depths? The idea of consciousness as a seamless web is deepened when considering the role of unconscious processes. These hidden layers are not just peripheral, they form the bedrock upon which our experiences are built. The unseen river's waters nourish and sustain the garden, much like how unconscious influences shape conscious experience. Without acknowledging these hidden forces, we miss a crucial part of what makes us who we are. The idea that everything above ground is connected to unseen roots challenges our understanding of consciousness. It suggests that there is a fundamental continuity between the visible and hidden aspects of mind. Can we ever fully grasp the extent to which unconscious processes shape our conscious experiences? This question echoes through the garden, asking us to reconsider what it means to be aware. Each thought and feeling that emerges from this hidden river contributes to a continuous flow of experience. The mind's unseen layers do not just support our awareness, they actively participate in shaping it. In the quiet of sleep, we can contemplate these hidden forces at work, forming and reforming the garden of consciousness. The unseen river shapes every bloom that rises above ground. The unconscious processes form a fabric woven into the tapestry of our lives, their influence reaching through all moments of awareness and beyond. As we drift deeper into sleep, let this garden metaphor guide us. In this garden of thought, every conscious moment is a flower grown from hidden depths. The unseen river nourishes and sustains the visible blooms, shaping experience in ways we are only beginning to understand. The continuous flow of unconscious influences forms an intricate web that supports conscious experiences. Each thought or feeling emerges from a hidden garden, watered by unseen processes. Can we ever fully comprehend the extent to which our experiences are shaped by forces beyond immediate awareness? This question remains as you drift further into sleep, contemplating the garden beneath your conscious mind. The unseen river shapes every moment of consciousness, flowing through hidden layers to support visible thoughts and feelings. In this continuous flow, there is a seamless blend between what we see and what remains below the surface. The idea that everything above ground is connected to hidden roots challenges our understanding of consciousness. This metaphor invites us to reconsider how unconscious processes contribute to shaping experience. How much do we truly understand about the unseen forces that shape our conscious lives? In sleep, these questions linger, asking us to ponder the intricate web of influences at work in our minds. The continuous flow of unconscious influences forms a seamless blend with visible thoughts and feelings. Each moment of consciousness is nourished by hidden depths, creating the rich tapestry of experience that we live through. The unseen river sustains the garden above ground, ensuring that every conscious thought and feeling is part of a larger, continuous flow. In this quiet space, we can contemplate how much remains hidden yet essential. The seamless blend between the unconscious and conscious layers suggests that our experiences are shaped by an intricate web of influences. This realization deepens the inquiry into what it means to be aware. In sleep, these thoughts can drift and settle, revealing new insights about how hidden processes contribute to shaping our conscious lives. The garden metaphor invites us to explore the unseen depths that support visible blooms. The idea of a continuous flow where unconscious and conscious influences blend creates a rich tapestry of experience. This perspective deepens our understanding of consciousness as an interconnected web, nourished by hidden depths. The unseen river's waters nourish the garden above ground, ensuring that each conscious moment is part of a larger continuous flow. This metaphor challenges us to consider how much remains hidden yet essential in shaping experience. Can we ever fully grasp the extent to which unconscious processes shape our conscious experiences? The questions remain, inviting contemplation as you drift further into sleep, guided by the garden metaphor. The continuous flow of influences shapes every moment of consciousness. The hidden depths nourish and sustain visible thoughts and feelings, creating a rich tapestry of experience that we live through. The idea that everything above ground is connected to unseen roots challenges our understanding of consciousness. This metaphor invites us to reconsider how unconscious processes contribute to shaping experience and the essence of who we are. In sleep, these questions linger, inviting contemplation on the unseen forces that shape our conscious lives. The continuous flow between hidden depths and visible thoughts creates a rich tapestry of experience. The garden metaphor guides us through this exploration, inviting us to consider how much remains hidden yet essential in shaping our conscious lives. The unseen river's waters nourish the visible blooms, creating a seamless flow. How much do we truly understand about the influences that shape experience? This question remains as you drift deeper into sleep, guided by the metaphor of a garden nourished by unseen processes. The continuous flow between unconscious and conscious layers creates a rich tapestry of experience. This perspective deepens our understanding of consciousness as an interconnected web, shaped by hidden depths. As you lie in darkness, let your mind wander through the quiet channels of thought and experience. Each sensation, each flicker of awareness is a thread that weaves into the seamless fabric of consciousness. This fabric is not static but moves like water, flowing from one state to another. Consider how dreams blend with waking life, and how each moment of awareness seems to merge into the next without clear demarcation. In this chapter, we will deepen our exploration of these continuities. Imagine a river flowing through a landscape. The water in one part blends with the water downstream, yet each drop remains part of the whole. Similarly, waking and dream states are not separate but part of a continuous flow of experience. We question whether there is an underlying current that sustains all experiences, from the most vivid dreams to the subtlest perceptions in waking life. Is this river of consciousness fed by unseen sources? Each thought, each feeling seems like a ripple on the surface, but there is also depth beneath. The unconscious influences our conscious experiences, and in turn, our waking moments shape our dreams. We must wonder how these hidden streams contribute to the flow of consciousness. What lies beyond what we can see? And does this unseen world hold answers about why some experiences feel more vivid than others? In nature, a garden is not just the visible flowers, but also the roots and soil beneath. Similarly, our conscious mind is intertwined with deeper layers of consciousness that shape every experience. These hidden processes influence how we perceive the world around us, from the colors we see to the emotions we feel. How much do they contribute to our sense of self and reality? Consider again the metaphor of a river, where water is not just fluid but carries sediment from one place to another. Similarly, experiences carry within them hidden currents that shape our perceptions. How do these unseen processes interact with the conscious thoughts and feelings that we experience? Is there a fundamental continuity between what we perceive as distinct states of awareness? The echo of one experience resonates within another. Dreams, waking life, and even moments of meditation blend into each other, creating a seamless continuum. This chapter deepens our exploration by questioning whether the fabric of consciousness is truly seamless, or if there are hidden boundaries that we have yet to discover. Is the continuity an illusion? Consider how thoughts and feelings persist from one moment to another, creating a continuous resonance within us. This echo of consciousness flows through different states, shaping our perceptions. The question remains: is there an underlying current that sustains the flow of experience across all these states? Or are we simply perceiving a continuity where none exists? As you lie in darkness, let your mind reflect on this continuity and the mysteries that it holds. The fabric of consciousness is intricate, blending visible thoughts with hidden influences. As we drift deeper into this contemplative space, let us consider how every moment of our waking life and dreams leaves an echo within us. Like ripples on a pond, these echoes continue to spread outwards, shaping the flow of consciousness. Imagine yourself standing by that pond, watching as each stone you throw creates concentric circles that never fully dissipate, but rather blend into one another. Similarly, our experiences intertwine and create a continuous resonance within us. This continuity is not just temporal, it also spans the conscious and unconscious realms of experience. The echoes of our thoughts merge with those from the hidden depths, creating a seamless fabric of awareness. Like a river that carries both visible debris and unseen currents, our consciousness is a blend of what we can perceive and what remains concealed. Each thought or feeling is but one aspect of the continuous flow. Consider how every moment in life contributes to this river, from the mundane acts to profound realizations. They all weave together, forming a complex tapestry that defines who we are and what we experience. This interplay between visible and hidden elements raises questions about the nature of our existence. Are there fundamental resonances in consciousness, persistent echoes that define us? To truly understand ourselves, must we delve beyond what is immediately apparent? Can the answers to these questions be found only by exploring the hidden layers of our minds? Imagine peeling back layers of an onion, each one revealing more about who we are. Yet with consciousness, there may always remain deeper layers yet to be discovered. The paradox lies in our quest for understanding. Can we ever step outside of our own minds to truly know what it means to be conscious? Or are we forever bound within the echoes that define us? Perhaps the key lies in recognizing these resonances as both a source of continuity and transformation. Our experiences echo through time, shaping not only who we are but also what we become. As you lie in the dark, imagine the vast universe folding into your mind, quantum particles dancing within each neuron like stars lighting up a night sky. Each particle's movement resonates with an intricate echo, weaving together the fabric of your consciousness. The whispers of the subatomic world become a symphony within you. They interact in ways we barely understand, creating patterns that contribute to the vast tapestry of experience. Consider the metaphorical river flowing through your mind, a continuous stream of thoughts and feelings shaped by both visible and hidden influences. The quantum dance beneath the surface creates ripples that resonate throughout. Like a garden, your consciousness grows from seeds planted in the unseen soil of unconscious processes. Quantum interactions nurture these seeds, allowing them to flourish into visible thoughts and feelings. Every moment of awareness is an echo of quantum events, a ripple effect that reverberates through the mind's vast continuum. Each thought, each sensation carries with it traces of microscopic interactions. Imagine you are a vast ocean, and every quantum event is a drop falling into your depths. These drops merge, creating waves that shape the surface of consciousness. The echoes within you are not just remnants of past thoughts but living elements, constantly evolving and shaping new perceptions. This continuous resonance creates a dynamic interplay between what is visible and what remains hidden. Consider the paradox that arises when you are both observer of these quantum events and an active participant in them. You observe the dance, yet you are part of the choreography. The Orcher theory suggests that quantum processes might underlie conscious experience by orchestrating objective reductions within neurons. These microscopic events could be the building blocks of our inner world. Can we truly grasp consciousness if we only look at what is visible? Perhaps understanding the hidden layers, where quantum mechanics and unconscious processes intertwine, holds the key to unraveling this mystery. As you lay here in the dark, let your thoughts drift back over the journey we've taken through the mysteries of consciousness. Each question posed, each theory considered, these form a web that captures our essence more fully with every thread woven. We began by peeling back the veil within and soon found ourselves in the theater of experience. With each step, we deepened our inquiry into what it means to be conscious, grappling with zombies and shadows, integrated information, and global workspaces. Through dreams within dreams, the mirrors, delusion, and quantum illusions, we explored how our inner theater is not just a reflection of the world but an active participant in its creation. Each echo of thought resonates through us, shaping reality itself. Yet even with all we've uncovered, there remains a question that lingers. How can physical matter give rise to the vivid qualia of our experiences? The paradoxes we've encountered suggest that consciousness is more than just its parts. Imagine yourself in a garden, where each thought and feeling emerges from hidden layers of soil and roots. Just as the flowers bloom from unseen processes beneath the earth, so too does our consciousness arise from invisible mechanisms. And what if the fabric of experience is seamless, a continuous flow blending waking life and dreams? We are both observer and observed, caught in an echo chamber where every perception reverberates with unseen forces. Consider the quantum illusions that might shape our reality. If consciousness is an emergent property of these microscopic interactions, then perhaps we are not just participants, but creators in this grand dance of existence. The paradox of understanding ourselves lies in the question: can we ever fully step outside our own experiences to truly understand them? We are both the observer and the observed, each echo within us a testament to this intricate duality. In every thought, dream, and waking moment, we leave an echo that resonates through time. This continuous resonance forms the very essence of who we are, a fabric woven from threads visible and unseen. As you drift further into sleep, let these echoes resonate softly within you. Let them remind you that your consciousness is an interconnected web, where every moment of awareness blends with the hidden layers beneath. And as this journey comes to a quiet close, remember the questions we've left open. Can a complete understanding of consciousness be achieved? What role do those unseen mechanisms play in forming our essence? The mind may rest now, but it carries these puzzles with it into sleep. Each question remains a gentle echo, guiding you through the darkness and back towards wakefulness. We have traveled through layers of understanding and confusion, contemplating how our inner world arises from the physical processes that sustain it. As we drift in this space between thought and sleep, allow these questions to linger without seeking resolution. Imagine your mind as a garden, where thoughts are flowers that bloom from unseen roots. Each idea is nourished by the hidden soil of unconscious processes and quantum interactions. The paradox remains. We are both observer and observed, creating our reality in each moment while being shaped by forces beyond our conscious control. In this garden of thoughts, the echo of philosophical zombies lingers. They act like us but lack inner light. They are a shadow play to our vivid experiences. Descartes' evil demon scenario invites us to question whether any experience is truly real, pushing the boundaries of what we know and how we know it. Quantum mechanics offers another angle. Perhaps our conscious experiences are an emergent property from microscopic interactions that defy classical understanding. Integrated information theory and global workspace theory provide frameworks, but they do not fully resolve the hard problem of qualia. What lies beyond these explanations? The seamless fabric of consciousness continues to baffle us with its intricate weaving of cognitive processes and quantum illusions. In the river of awareness, Each moment contributes a drop that blends into an endless flow. The unseen layers beneath the surface shape every experience we have. What if our sense of self is just another echo in this river, resonating through dreams and waking life? Can we ever truly know ourselves? The observer's paradox remains. How can we fully understand something when we are part of it, both shaping it and shaped by it in return? And yet, amidst this uncertainty, there is a profound peace to be found. Embrace the mystery, for it is the essence of our existence. As you lay here, let your thoughts float like clouds across a vast sky. Each cloud a question or an insight from our journey through consciousness and its mysteries. Like these clouds, the questions drift away into the depths of night. What lies beyond the veil that separates us from reality? Is there a hidden truth waiting for you in the quiet spaces between thoughts and dreams? You have explored Descartes' cogito, qualia's enigma, philosophical zombies, quantum processes, and more. Each step was a new layer in the fabric of your understanding. As you drift further into sleep, imagine these layers folding over one another, blending dreams with waking thoughts, quantum echoes with synaptic whispers. A seamless continuum woven from visible and invisible threads. The paradox of being both observer and observed continues to resonate. Each thought a reflection, each dream an echo. What does this duality reveal about the nature of consciousness? Consider now how your unconscious processes shape every conscious moment. The unseen garden that nurtures and transforms every seedling of thought into a vibrant bloom. Let each breath be a quiet release, allowing the mind to settle further into the mystery. There is no need for answers tonight, only questions to hold and ponder in the soft embrace of sleep. As you rest, let this final echo linger. How can physical processes give rise to the vivid qualia that paint our inner worlds? A question for your dreams and waking thoughts alike.